Hey there, Cheesemeisters, and welcome back to the Peach Pod. That would have been Why by Kathy Dennis. Uh, she played the prom. You guys, the prom committee got Kathy Dennis to come and play the prom. And I mean, I'm sure completely coincidentally appear on the 90210 soundtrack. The prom committee has more pull than David Silver trying to get MC Hammer to come to the spring dance. I'm Jeff, and I have just one question to ask the West Beverly class of 93. Why? And joining me on the other end of the internet, my host.
I'm Leslie, and I'm almost over you.
Yeah. Yeah, so Cheesemeisters, tonight we are talking about season 3, episode 27, A Night to Remember. Original air date May 5th, 1993.
Oh,
So,
Cinco de Mayo.
that's right. I'm surprised this prom didn't have more of a Mexican theme.
Right?
Just,
Missed opportunity. What
I know,
what kind of
margaritas
theme?
for everybody.
What kind of theme is A Night to Remember? I ask you.
Um, Here's the thing about that. It's not great, first of all. Like, it isn't it usually a song or something? Like, yeah. Like, okay, what was your theme?
I could not tell you.
You don't remember?
I could not tell you. You know why?
Okay.
Because it didn't matter. The only time the theme showed up, that's not true. There was a theme, and I think I only knew about it from the after prom that my school did, and I think it was Arabian Nights.
Okay. Weird, but okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, Aladdin's cool, I suppose, but as a prom
Hell
theme, it's weird.
yeah.
My senior year, ours was Wonderful Tonight, like the Eric Clapton song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was that. I cannot remember what it was my junior year. I don't remember. Um, Something equally memorable. Um, so that's the thing about a night to remember is like, okay, so this episode, you guys, is about prom. Um, they go to prom, and but you know what? More shit than that happens. So before let's talk about what happens before you get to prom, because I think the theme of prom, yeah, a night to remember, is that this is gonna be a night to remember. It's, that's what I was told repeatedly in the run up to this actual lame ass dance with Kathy Dennis.
Wow.
Yeah,
I never would
so,
have guessed.
I know. So it's prom. Prom's coming up on Saturday, and nobody but Steve has done any kind of preparation. I mean, it is this is the most fly by the seat of your pants prom situation I've ever seen. Uh, Dylan and Kelly are going to go, obviously, because whatever. But Dylan's more like, hey, do you think we can leave early so we can fly to San Francisco? I got to meet one of Gil's friends.
What a
Okay,
move.
I know. Uh, and Kelly's like, sure. That's I. Kelly has prom, I think, in the right proportion. She's basically like, this seems to be a thing I'm going to do on Saturday.
Oh my
Just
God.
kind of all. That's it. Um, David is considering getting a hotel room 3 days before the event. There's not going to be any rooms available,
No.
David. This is a terrible idea.
No room at the inn.
Yeah. Neither of the Walsh twins has a date, and no one has talked about it at any point in the last 4 months, which seems, based on my experience of prom, unrealistic.
Yeah.
Uh, I wish it was more like this, where people were like, what are you doing Saturday? Want a prom?
Yeah.
But it's not. It's a whole 6 months of nonsense about who's going to prom with whom, and you're going to get a limo, and what about a corsage? Should it be a wrist corsage or one that you have to touch the boobs to do? Like,
Wow.
these are things that you have to decide. Where are you going to go to eat? Is it going to be a group event? Or are you just going you and your date? Are you going to meet up later? Does my cummerbund match your dress? Should I have a cummerbund? Should I have a vest? I don't know. It's a lot, right? And like you're dressed for prom right now. You got the bow tie, and you went with a vest. Nice solid color. I like it.
Thank you.
Speaking as someone who used to work in the tuxedo prom industry, that's a little weddingy with no color on it, you know?
I did the best I could on short notice.
Yeah, like, but the prom kids choose designs.
Okay.
There's I don't know, amoebas and shit, and Cubert boards. It's everything. It's all of it. But prom's a fucking thing. It's a huge deal, and no one has thought about it. Brandon's like, I'll probably just work at the Peach Pit, or maybe I'll ask Andre if Steve talks me into it. And Brenda's like, I don't have a date. There's no other boys who go to this school that I've ever talked to. So, except for Michael, junior class president.
She was about to be bound and hagged on a Friday night.
She was. Until, God bless Tony Miller, whose entire prom plans, you know what Tony Miller did? Steve Sanders should look up, he should build a statue of Tony Miller. And he should worship at its feet every day. Because you know what Tony Miller did? He pulled off the old switcheroo. He had plans with one wall. With the twins, he pulled off a twin switcheroo.
Oh my God.
He had plans with one twin, and he flipped that shit, and he went to prom with the other twin.
Tried to bang her.
Tony Miller, we salute you.
No, I don't.
Are you kidding me? He successfully pulled off the switcheroo. You never thought that was possible, but here we are. God bless Tony Miller.
He may be successful, but I don't have to like the outcome.
God bless that kid. It's on. Look, it's so fucking on. God bless Mikey. And God bless Tony Miller. That's what I say.
He's so money and he doesn't even know it.
He doesn't even know it. Tony has David's plan, which is get a hotel room with no day's notice and try to get laid. Donna, I can't roll my
eyes enough this episode.
it's pretty hard. Yeah, I suppose you threw up in your mouth and threw things repeatedly. So we'll hit those as we go, I suppose.
Okay.
But Donna decides she's going to give it up. She's finally ready. Even though Felice put Jesus around her neck to protect her.
Here's the Holy Ghost, honey.
I know. Donna was like, the best part was Donna saw it and went, that's going to cock block me. I know it is. I could just feel it. Don't do that, Mom. That is inappropriate for the things I plan to do tonight with young David Silver.
Will this protect me from pregnancy?
I don't know. If not, the math club has you covered. One more in the condoms column.
2. I counted, since they showed us 2.
A couple of them, sure.
I at least saw 2, so I was like, you know what? When else are we going to see condoms on this show? I'm counting both.
Math-related condoms.
Because I want condoms to win this. Also, shout out to math teachers.
There you go. Shout out to Gil and Mrs. Teasley, the only teachers who work at West Beverly, who are also now chaperoning the prom. So David and Donna probably going to bone. Rock on. Tony Miller and Brenda probably not going to bone. Just ain't going to happen. Steve's bringing Celeste. How do you feel about having Celeste back?
Oh, great. She was awesome.
I'm thumbs up for Celeste. I'm Team Celeste.
I hope they date longer than they will.
So, fingers crossed. I'm not going to tell you. But there's some insidious shit happening, politically behind the scenes at West Beverly. There's a school board meeting, you guys, and Brandon goes to the school board meeting after eating shit from the junior class. Just up his ass for not caring. By the way, that guy, I did this because he's tall. This the guy, the tall one. That's what that means. Not tall one, not the short one. He's an executive producer on Stranger Things.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I looked him up because I was like, I wonder if that's a guy that, whatever. And yeah, so he's out there still getting it done. So Brandon goes to the school board meeting, and so does Andrea, because Andrea's like, I don't trust Brandon as far as I can throw him. And with my bad knee, I shouldn't throw anybody. He was run over by a car.
You know what? She might still have some of that laughing gas for as much laughing as she does at just any old thing she says to Brandon. I'm like,
I know. She doesn't, here's what I think that is. I think that's Andrea doesn't take herself socially seriously.
okay.
Like, she's not confident. So she doesn't feel like if she says a thing and means it, that it will, like, she won't get weirdly judged for it. So she has to undercut it by laughing at her own shit.
Hi.
I'm saying.
Understandable.
Yeah. So, anyway, Steve is like, hey, hold on. Yeah, let's stay at school board. I forgot. Brandon took Andrea to prom because Jordan got the flu. Poor Jordan. So Brandon goes to the school board meeting, and Andrea's there, and they're like, well, I guess we're gonna this will be one of those times we remember, those nights that when we look back and everything's rosy in our glasses and so forth. And Brandon's like, it's a school board meeting, Andrea. It's not that interesting, and I don't think I'm gonna think back fondly about this one. But Felice is there because only good things are gonna happen now. And Dr. Epphart, I don't know, head of the school board or just guy who sits in the little pod in the front of the school board. Like, he's got a special magic little seat for this episode. I don't know what's going on. But there are 2 secret agenda items. They were not on the public record. And I mean, point of order. I mean, Andrea has Robert's rules objections to what is happening here. And she's going to voice them, goddammit. This wasn't on the agenda. You shouldn't be talking about this school uniform situation that, I mean, it's not our problem. Fuck off. But this feels like fascism. That's what Andrea feels. And Felice is like, you know what? They should have to wear uniforms and probably jack boots. Because Felice sucks.
She sucks. She grew out her hair because she heard the Karen haircut was going to be a thing and said, no, I won't be accused of that. And it's like, honey, it's too late.
No, she's a trendsetter. And then the other thing that they slide right in there, not on the agenda. I wonder if this is going to come up and be an issue. But anyone who does these exactly comparable things will get suspended and not be able to graduate. Possess drugs, take drugs, possess alcohol, get drunk. Those are all the same.
Okay. Is that not obvious?
Generally,
it's been a while since I was in school. But like, I thought, this seems redundant. Who doesn't know this?
Well, I mean, I didn't go to prom before 1993, so I can't speak to what happened in proms prior to this episode airing. But it's possible, nay, likely, that everything we know about prom started in this episode. Like, maybe there were no rules before, and this episode comes out, and they're like, you know what? It's a law now. No hooch, no drugs at prom. But before 1992 and prior, Wild West.
You know, I am thinking about in Greece whenever, what's his name, spikes the punch.
Does Duty do that, or is it Sonny?
It's Sonny.
Duty just goes, what did he do?
Yeah. I love Duty.
That's my Duty dance. Yeah, this in the 50s they spiked punch. I mean, you saw what Harry Bailey's chairman of the Eats Committee. No gin tonight, son. Wow,
Aww.
not one drop. I mean, that was like a parental rule. Like that was Mr. Bailey's rule. I I think Alfalfa was in there just tipping it up.
Man, life was crazy before we were in prom.
And he like when he
Oh
died,
well.
this guy's trashed. He's totally drunk. So
Yes.
no, it's Wild West. It's crazy. But from this point on, don't do it. It's bad. Um, and then fucking Mel gives everybody a champagne toast, and apparently 2 full bottles of champagne. Like they killed one, and then Steve steals one for the road.
Yeah, I'm gonna try so hard to not sound judgmental because, like, I went to high school. I wasn't perfect, but I was still a good kid. But like, he's an adult. You know, one bottle, and you're watching them.
Right.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
I can get behind that. You're there. You're supervising them. You checked. Hey, you're not driving, right? All right, cool. But then, okay, also I thought it was really weird when he was like, well, I'm going to go back to my room now and think about my prom night. I'm like, you mean masturbate?
Yep. That's exactly what
You
Mel means.
sicko? They're still here.
They're not coming back. He just told them what he's going to go do. Don't come back here. I'm jerking off.
It was weird.
You've been warned.
Mel has become quite pitiful.
Yeah. So yeah, 2 full bottles of champagne. And Donna has too much to drink, you guys. And literally nothing else happens at prom. And except for Dylan and Brenda dance, which is like whatever. And Steve and Kelly dance. Steve and Kelly dance was kind of sweet, I suppose.
Theirs was sweet. Dylan and Brenda felt so thrown in and pointless. Like, it felt like a weak line for Brenda.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, okay. Donna gets caught drinking. Uh-oh, am I in trouble? That's what happens this episode.
Yeah.
But I wanted to jump right into one of the things I think this episode is really about. A near total lack of planning. Not just by all of the characters, Brandon and Brenda and Tony Miller, David with the hotel, Tony Miller with the hotel, all of it. The writers. Total lack of planning.
Yeah.
Because we've watched this season up to this point be breadcrumbs for like 7 episodes, and then Duke's bad boy, or Kelly with her eating situation, or Jack McKay. Like all of these things were breadcrumbed all along. Prom, as previously stated, seems to be overblown in the life of a school year. It's a very important moment. And it's for TV shows about teenagers, it makes for sort of a good towards the end of the season episode, because you throw everybody in the same room and you make crazy shit happen, and you can wind things up, and it's fun, and there's a dance and dresses and things like that.
Yeah.
But they didn't plant any seeds about anything leading up to this prom episode. No mention previously of the school board and like their tendency to go rogue, or whatever's happening on the school board. Yeah. There's no lead up. There's no talk about the fact that our 2 stars don't have dates. Like, we watch them get broken up, but if you're leading to prom and your 2 central characters don't have anyone to go out with, and no one else on the cast that they could possibly go with, except for Andrea, which is like well-tread ground, and Tony Miller, who was just painting the set.
Yeah.
So why don't you go with Brenda?
I mean, he at least asked her to dance in a recent episode.
True. They did give a little of that. You're right.
There were teeny tiny Tony Miller breadcrumbs. Mm-hmm. But I don't understand why they throw in the shit about changing up the dress code or enforcing a dress code, other
Uh-huh.
than just now thinking, is this a response to Home and Away? Because that's pretty shitty. Like it,
And late.
well, yeah. And I'm like,
Yeah.
also, the majority of your students are white, and like this, the stuff he's pinpointing is blatantly black.
Yes. Oh, 100%. Um, it's it from a storytelling standpoint, you'll understand why they did it next week.
Oh, okay.
From a what the fuck, where did this come from standpoint, there's no explanation. And it's just like they use this stupid school board meeting to throw obstacles that don't need to exist into this storyline.
Yeah.
And somehow stumble ass backwards into one of the most iconic things that happens on this show.
Oh, Lord.
What happens next week? You've seen memes.
Oh, no.
I
Okay.
think you have. You know a phrase.
Okay. Well, that was all just some rando at the Christmas market selling nostalgia shit. And
Uh-huh.
I saw 90210 stuff, and he was like, "Oh yeah," and said the phrase, and I went, "What?"
Right.
And I wanted to be
That's
like,
how big it is.
Did you not hear me just say that I've never seen this?"
Right. But that's how big it is. That rando 30 years later is saying Donna Martin graduates to you.
Yeah.
So, like, this is, again, what happens next week? Well, I have thoughts.
Why?
We'll get to them next
Why did
week.
they? Okay. Yeah, I know next week we'll answer, but I'm just like, why? Why did this?
Uh-huh. Well, Kathy Dennis asked the same question.
That? Oh my God! The ties.
Uh-huh. It's very deep, Kathy Dennis.
She was foreshadowing. She was like, "You all are going to be asking this a lot at the end. I have
Uh-huh.
seen the future."
I feel this way about this whole thing. It and then it's like they just pick up like or David and Donna gonna have sex. It's like that's like you can just what are we doing this week? Well, reach up on the shelf and grab the will they bone, because it's like it's just this thing they toss in there every now and again. And of course it makes sense for that to be part of the prom conversation.
Sure.
Because everyone's blowing their curfews. Maybe you're getting a hotel. Like all of this is very real prom behavior.
Yeah.
But there's just, it comes out of nowhere. I mean, last week was fucking Burt Reynolds and shit.
Well, and they also kind of did the will they or won't they bone with Andrea and Brandon again, which I'm so tired of. I've been tired of them. Like, I let it go when Andrea said, "You know what? You're staying in town. I don't want the drama." And I certainly don't want it now that she's dating Jordan, because I think her and Jordan are great. For what little we see them, I'm like, they seem healthy. Stay with a healthy person. Brandon sucks. Brandon gives you weird looks.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Brandon's judgy as shit.
Yes. I want to say he's so mean to her. We've seen him be worse. But for someone who says, "You're my friend," he's so mean to her.
Yeah. Yeah. No, their relationship is not a healthy one for Andrea.
No.
I don't think. But like for the purposes of like my big complaint about this is that just all of it comes out of nowhere, and it's like it's just this stupid roadblock they throw up before they get to graduation because they had to do 32 episodes or whatever.
Maybe I'll
Mr. Body killed the cook.
How?
Sorry.
Maybe it's because West Bev doesn't want this gang to graduate, and so they have set them up for failure. They said, "Listen, these guys aren't squares, but we know they can be a little rebellious too.
Mm-hmm.
So Yeah. Anyway,
Maybe they're like,
I don't think they want him to leave. I think they're hoping, like, let's keep him here. Then the show gets to stay here.
I think Gil feels that way. I mean, he's like, look, if I have to turn the paper over to these juniors, I mean, they're arguing about the layout. I mean, you and Brandon same way, but I like you guys better.
He doesn't want to have to
you're right.
Job.
Well,
yeah, Wes Webb just doesn't want them to leave. Miss Teasley might.
Miss Teasley 100% wants all these motherfuckers out the door because it's been nothing but trouble this whole year. I mean, again, as discussed when the Craig, whatever that guy's name was,
yeah,
trying to murder them with a dump truck. Like she got Steve, who legacy key and just detention, and then you've got Andrea, who's like she's running investigative reports into the cafeteria, just digging up shit, and also like drag racing that Steve is involved in, also thanks to detention. Brenda let the tabloid news just park on campus and just trash talk everybody. Brandon's getting in fights with guitar players, for God's sake. Dylan's dad fucking blew up. It's so much work. These kids are so much work. And now Donna, the only one at Christmas who had a lick of sense, she's drunk ass on the floor, champagne drunk, by the way, which I'm pretty sure you're going to have a headache, Donna. It's not going to be fun for you. You don't want that kind of drunk. And David, who made me like create a whole special track to graduate on time. Plus, have you heard Switch It Up? It sucks. I know.
Listen, have you heard Precious to Me?
Oh, wow. I mean, Mrs. Teasley dodged a fucking bullet there, but she had to, like, she knows about Switch It Up. It did save fucking Brandon invited the Shaw kids over to form a circle, then he lectured me about it.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Mrs. Teasley. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brandon, but go fuck yourself.
I was going to say, fuck off, Brandon.
Yeah. So, Mrs. Teasley, like, when she sees Donna on the floor, you know she's thinking, motherfucker, these fucking kids are gonna be the fucking end of me.
She was like, I didn't want to have to really do my job tonight. I wanted to have fun.
I'm gonna dance with Gil.
Ugh, I didn't like that.
No, but they're the only two people there. They have to dance with each other. That's how that shit works.
Gil doesn't deserve that queen.
No, Mrs. Teasley is above all of it and is done with all of these fuckers. Oh my God. Like she's already, oh my God, can you listen? She's already had to deal with Samantha Sanders. Now she has to deal with Felice.
Not a fun night.
Oh God. Ugh.
I bet, and Felice is worse to deal with.
Oh, yes.
All you have to do is probably reference an episode of The Hartley House to Samantha, and she'll be like, "Oh yes."
Yeah, but Felice will cut your hamstring. Just blade you in the back. She is bad news. So again, R.I.P. Mrs. Teasley this week because ouch, she's taking yet another L for these fuckers. What do you think this episode's really about?
One, that Wes Bebb doesn't want the gang to leave.
Yeah.
So they're sabotaging them to stay. I mean, they did 2 junior years. Why not do 2 senior years?
It's totally consistent.
I also think it's very much about how, like, prom is what you make of it. Yes, you can do all the planning and shit could still go wrong, or like you can do all the planning and have a fun night, but everyone else around you is not having as fun of a night. Like it's like any other grand thing that these kids were set up to believe would be about their senior year. Like, it's going to be a money year. It's been a shit year.
Yep.
But we got through it.
Almost.
So, you know what? Yeah, these kids deserved champagne after the year they've had, honestly. Like,
it's been a rough one. Yeah.
It's been a rough one. Um, and I applaud the fact that they went with street length dresses for the most part. They did their own hair and makeup. You know, keep it simple. This is not what the episode is about, but I could do a whole lecture series on how teen dramas like cheap out on the prom episode.
Yeah.
Because I swear every other show I have seen, and granted, I haven't seen all teen dramas, obviously, but this one had the best wardrobe.
Yeah.
I don't know what shows like Boy Meets World and Dawson's Creek were doing, but the clothes are sad in them.
Yeah.
And I am angry every time I watch those episodes.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. But prom is what you make of it. And, you know, these people have some good moments at their prom and some not great moments.
Yeah. See, to me, I think one of the things it's about is related to one of the things you just said, but the dangers of giving events meaning beyond what they are. This whole like prom has to be this, a night to remember, and we should get a hotel and I can break curfew, and this is the only time we're ever going to have our senior prom. This is going to be a night to remember. He said, she said, they said over and over again, a night to remember. This is a special night. This is our last school board meeting we're going to ever get to cover together. Like, it's just, they're, because it's senior year and because they're going to graduate and because that by definition is big. Like, that is the culmination of these efforts. It's the last school you legally have to do.
Yeah.
Like it, you're going to be changing up your circumstance in some way. You're not going to be with this same group of people that you've been with for 4 years. Like, that's a legitimate life moment. But then they pile all this other stuff on it to make, and so then you think all of those things have to have the same level of importance. Like the senior poll and the senior skip day and the prom and like all of the rituals that they create to go through to mark this special occasion by making it a special occasion. When you put all that weight on these things, they collapse. They can't hold it. And so most of what happens at this prom is not good for anyone. Like, mostly it's not bad until fucking Donna. But mostly it's a bunch of nothing.
It's very much a response to some people can't handle all the pressure put on what is supposed to be a fun night.
Right.
Because Donna gets drunk because of pressure. Pressure from David, pressure from Felice. There are other people that are going to get participation awards in the sucky department tonight, but like, boy, I felt bad for Donna. Like, I understood why she got drunk, but I also thought, like, no.
Yeah, I feel bad for Donna because she didn't intend to get drunk.
Yeah.
And here's why I know that. She chose champagne.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to get drunk, you're not doing it by drinking champagne. Like, that is a bad recipe. It's a bad drunk, as previously discussed. But it's also like, I guess I don't like champagne that much, but I feel like getting drunk on wine takes more effort.
Oh, yeah.
And it's way less pleasant. So, like, if she had just had the 2 champagnes she had in Mel's apartment, like the one he gave her and the one she took from Brandon, if that's all she had, she wouldn't have felt anything, probably. She hadn't eaten, so maybe a little bit.
Yeah, she definitely would have felt something. 1, already being that small, and then 2, not having eaten all day. Also,
right.
See you on prom. But, so yeah, she would have felt something, but...
Yeah, but then she had like 2 more glasses. And it's...
2 glasses.
Yeah, but it feels like she got drunker than that amount of booze would get you.
Hard to say. It's been a while
Yeah.
since my first time getting drunk.
It's been
Yeah.
a while since your first time getting drunk today. 9 a.m. came late this morning, kids. This is a rough one.
This is water, I promise.
Mm-hmm. This ain't. Um, yeah, I just feel like when you build these things up, they have to fall over.
Yeah.
And you know, like David doesn't get any. Tony Miller doesn't get any.
Oh my god, you poor sad man.
I know. Dylan and Kelly, as far as we know, don't catch that flight to San Francisco because all this other drama going on. Brandon almost had to work the whole night. Ugh. Jordan, poor Jordan, got the flu. He has to sit it out.
And from what? We got to see him, didn't he briefly show up at the Peach Pit? Looking great and like ready to take her out to a movie again. Like where did he get the flu from in 24 hours?
It's bad. Is that what the 24-hour flu? Obviously,
Oh, I guess.
you just get it in 24 hours. Yeah, it's I don't know this fucking episode.
I had the thought a minute ago about you know what would get you really drunk if someone played a drinking game of I'm not going to say take a shot, you all will be dead. But if someone took a sip every time I rolled my eyes this episode, you might be Donna by the end.
Mm-hmm. Or you would be just as bad off as if you did that same thing with me saying the word whores last episode.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yep. A lot of whores in that movie.
Were there?
I mean, more than in any other movie we've watched so far.
Okay, that's fair.
I think. I don't think there's been a whole lot of prostitutes in what we've watched.
No.
Sadly. Let's get on that.
All right.
You got to do that, huh?
Next week, Gypsy. Wait, that's not prostitution. That's burlesque. Wrong thing.
You're missing a tremendous effect here. That's from The Graduate.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, that part's so mean.
I know it's pretty rough. All right, let me ask you this. Back in season 1, when we were running up to the Spring Fling episode, you said that your mom was like, "Oh, I can't wait till you get to the prom episode."
Yes.
And I said, "I'm pretty sure she means the Spring Fling because I don't think anyone is like, wait till you get to the prom episode." So do you think now, having seen the prom episode, that I'm right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. So why is the Spring Fling such a much bigger deal than the prom? I mean, notwithstanding what happens. Oh, fuck. I forgot. Did you notice the controversial Spring Fling dress shows up in this episode? When they're at
Was
the
an
prom,
extra wearing it?
somebody walked in front. I can't remember if it was like Steve and Celeste talking. Some people were talking at the prom, and someone walked in front of them between the camera and the primaries wearing the Spring Fling dress.
That's amazing. I did not see that, and I'm so mad. I'm gonna have to go back and look for it because I was checking out the background people's dresses because I thought, oh, they're looking great too, knowing they probably brought their own stuff if they had it. Yeah. So,
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So like it feels like like you would want to make the prom episode massive because of how big the Spring Fling episode was 2 years ago.
I have some thoughts. One, the Spring Fling came first and the Walsh twins are still new, so it's more exciting. Kids are better at living in the present, I'm gonna say. So they're like, ooh, do this tonight, make this night memorable. Also, the writers are not banking on there being another season or getting to prom.
Sure.
possibly. So they're like, we got to do the big stuff now. My more cynical answer is I think a lot of people who probably didn't go to prom or weren't asked to prom write a lot of prom episodes because
Hmm.
I feel like prom episode again, I'm basing this off of Dawson's Creek mostly because their prom episodes are so
Bleak.
they're so bleak.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Is
saw
it?
the worst breakup of that show.
That's the boat one, right? Yeah. Yeah. That's rough.
It's so
Yep.
bad.
Yeah. Don't do a prom on a boat, everybody.
Oh my god, or in a hospital if you're,
Fucking definitely don't have a prom in the hospital. Ridiculous nonsense. Henry
Oh,
Thomas from the Beach Club. Shame on you.
I know what I could say to make you even madder, but I'm not going to go there. Prom. We'll stick with that.
Okay.
Prom in
Let's
a
do it.
hospital.
Prom in a
but
hospital.
but yeah, no shade to behind the scenes types, but I would imagine more often than not some of this. I mean, not to say that you can't write stories about the dark side of prom or not liking prom. I know plenty of people who did not care for prom.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, one of my friends got dumped at prom by
Ouch.
my ex, and I was like, "Man, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
And then danced
Wait
away.
another minute.
Right? I was like, "You could have waited."
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Everybody follow me. There's no time to tell you why.
And I didn't. I was like, "I'm just
Yeah.
gonna go dance."
Yep, that's right.
So yeah, I think on a TV show you have to do bigger stuff sooner rather than later, and they wanted the drama of Brenda losing her virginity um, early on. Again, I think it was
Yeah.
a way of setting them. Well, I mean, they were already setting themselves apart by being the first teen drama, but then when
I
you
mean,
bring up the fact of like kids are having sex,
right. No, I don't fault the spring fling for being as big as it is. I I wonder why they didn't, looking back at that and seeing how big it was, why don't you make this bigger? Why isn't that the drive?
I have
As
another
opposed to
thought.
making it this little speed bump that they throw in here. Now it becomes iconic, but it's it's fucking lame stain.
I agree. I do have another thought, again, based off personal experience,
Mm-hmm.
because I only got to go to prom my senior year.
Mm.
Everyone else in my grade had gone the year before. So, like, all of my friends were over it. Like,
Sure.
they did not spend the money on
That's
dresses or
fair.
getting ready like they did the year before. They were all ready to be done. And me, I'm like, I went full out because I didn't get to go the year before. So I
Mm-hmm.
had a great time. But, like, man, everyone I came with, I have pictures. They were all just like so down and over it. And they actually had like, well, no, only one of them had like a boyfriend at the time. Either way, it doesn't matter. But I think a lot of kids are over it by then.
That's a really good point. Yeah, that is a
It's,
really good point.
is thank you. It's crazy to think because we do keep putting such. I mean, the hype around prom gets bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Promposals are a thing, and I'm
Uh,
throwing up in my mouth thinking
yeah.
about that. Don't let Liam do that.
Oh God, I've got a couple years till I got to deal with it.
Oh my
So,
god. Like it doesn't I got asked over text message and I'm okay. I'm okay.
oh, there you go. I
This
didn't have that
whole
option.
episode is nostalgia corner.
There you go. Um. Okay. So here is something that I looked up, and this is what I was typing um when you got on, and I said, "Oh, you're going to be delighted by some of this." So as 90210 does, from time to time, they will steal a title of something else and make it, or they'll reference it. She came in through the bathroom window or whatever in the title of the episode. So I thought A Night to Remember is probably a movie or something. So I looked it up. I found 3 movies with the title A Night to Remember.
Oh no.
It's it's a you have no way of, okay, before I tell you what these movies are about, Tell me where you think this is going, because if you get it right any of these 3 times, it's going to be the most amazing thing anyone's ever seen.
Is one of them about the Titanic?
Fuck you. Fuck you for getting that right. There's no way. You know that. You knew that first.
I read the book as a kid.
Okay, that tipped your hand there. 1958 movie about the Titanic, A Night to Remember. All right, what else do you think these movies are about?
No idea. That was the worst night in history.
Well, 1962 would beg to differ, because that one's about Hiroshima.
Oh!
These movies are heavy. Okay? And then the other one, and this is the one that's going to delight you. I just wrote down the end of it. It's a murder mystery, 1942. I think it's a mystery. It's about this is how a person, 2 people, couple, I don't know, whatever, find themselves spending a night with a corpse and half a dozen red herrings. I don't know.
Are they all named communism?
They probably, communism is just a red herring, but I don't. Half a 6 red herrings? That's a lot of red herrings. That would be 1 + 2 + 2 + 1.
Do they have any soda bread to go with the herring?
Soda bread and herring is really good.
I know.
R.I.P. the Irish Lion. Yeah. So now that you know that you've got the corpse with a red herring, you've got Titanic, you've got Hiroshima, and you've got Donna Martin gets drunk at prom, which is the most tragic event?
Oh my God, it's the Hiroshima.
Then you don't care enough about Donna Martin.
Yeah, versus a whole island.
Well, it's a city, but
a city. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
everyone was affected.
But look, Donna got drunk at prom. Like this is a big fucking deal, yo. What are you talking about?
She got
drunk at prom after Dr. Ephardt at the school board said that is a well-known no-no. B, because of events that none of us know about, it's suddenly a very hot topic here, and we need to get out ahead of it. We need to make sure. Look, I looked at the rule book, and there was nothing written down about getting drunk at prom. We got to put this in the rule book, and because it's been such a problem. And I'm doing it today. God damn it! Secret initiative, not even on the agenda. Ramming it through. Felice, you're with me. Let's do it. And he just it's a big problem, and he solved it. And it couldn't be more important.
Oh my God. I think he needs to put a rule in there first about parents getting drunk at basketball games, but
Well, I mean, you shouldn't do that either. That's bad.
No.
But Jim wouldn't do that. Jim just shows up at practice and goes, just little. Let's call back to season 1, guys.
Yep.
The Applied Learning Opportunities Program.
Oh, man.
Little guy named Charlie Hustle. You read Bobby Knight's book. Fuck off, Jim.
No, you didn't.
We're back at that again. Bobby Knight never said that. Never even thought it.
I knew he hadn't said it. I was like, that does not sound like Bobby Knight.
And I know.
Me too.
Ridiculous.
Something somewhere.
Anything else that this episode might really have been about?
Oh boy.
Anybody else you're mad at and want to scream at because they're a bunch of morons?
Let's see. I feel like I already yelled at Mel. You know what? I'm going to yell at David.
Oh, do it. Let's yell at David.
David he was a real jerk.
Oh.
He knows how she feels about losing her virginity.
Yeah.
And yet he keeps bringing up the topic. And he
Yeah.
keeps bringing up these things. And this is what we call coercion.
Mm.
Like, I do not for one second think that she was really ready. If she was, she wouldn't have gotten drunk.
Mm.
Because she
You
was.
think that's what it was? You think she got drunk because, like, to like get her, like, get over the fact that she didn't want to do that?
I think
I,
she.
I
I
didn't
think
read
she.
that.
I think she drank more, like many people do their first time,
Mm-hmm.
to relax because, oh shocker, what do women hear? It's gonna hurt.
Mm.
So I don't even know if she's heard that much, knowing Felice is her mom.
Mm.
Although I feel like Kelly or Brenda would have like at least told her.
I mean, they were very open and honest about this stuff when Brenda was considering it.
Yes.
You
Excuse
know,
me.
they talked about it quite a bit.
Yeah, I think she drank some to relax from the pressure she was feeling from David, and also afraid of like, oh my god, I just want to feel calm and, not worry about that later. I just want to be calm and relaxed for this. Like,
Mm.
yeah, if I have a drink, I'll feel more relaxed for him, and then I really will want to do it. Like, that's
Yeah.
where that went for me. And then the fact that later on too, he's still, I think they wrote him wrong. Like, because he seemed to be aware that she was drunk. But then Kelly comes out of the bathroom, sees him, and says, "Hey, she's plastered." And he goes, "Oh my God, you've got to be kidding me." And I'm like, "Where have you been?"
Right. Yeah.
And then also saying, "I'm never going to get laid." Fuck you, David.
Yeah.
This is mostly your fault.
Well,
But
I
Felice is
mean,
not far from blame as well.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like it was mostly an accident that she got this drunk. Because
Sure.
every one of them had booze except for
Yeah,
Dylan. Brandon had a couple sips, even though he's a raging alcoholic who still goes to AA, seemingly.
I know. I thought about that. I was like, oh, he's off the wagon.
Yep. Wait till Donna goes to AA. I don't think she
No.
does. It's fine for her to get. This just happened one time. It's just not like she wrecked her car. R.I.P. Wanda. Um, I just, I've never read that she was like, not read like, ooh, what do people think this episode's about?
Yeah.
Read it in the
No, I know.
performance or whatever, that she is um lubricating her senses so that she can go through with it. Because it seems like when she's getting dressed, she's uh like looking forward to doing that tonight. Like it's she's ready for it. And then she's like, "Oh shit, can I do this with Jesus around my neck?" Oh, that complicates matters.
Maybe it's a Coke necklace.
That'd be
Damn
awesome.
it. No.
No, then
I
she getting some freaky shit.
Yeah, I read apprehension
Okay,
in her performance the whole time.
interesting. Okay, huh. All right. Well, fuck David then. I'm with you. Fuck him. Whatever. I've fucked David for less than this.
I mean,
Uh,
I just feel like he was being insensitive throughout. Like, if you really aren't that okay with where your partner is willing to go with you intimacy wise, then the worst, like, break up with them.
right.
Like, just stop making them feel like shit. There will be someone out there who wants to do what you want to do.
Right. Yeah. David doesn't know that though. I mean, because this is his first girlfriend, and he was a nerd until like 6 weeks ago.
Oh my God, I know.
You know, like he's so much taller now, and like like in better shape, and his hair's swoopier, and the swoopier the hair, the better, as
I
far
know.
as this show is concerned.
I liked him better when he was young boy.
Yeah.
Just not.
Before, well, watching your best friend shoot himself in the gut on his own birthday will change a man.
That will change.
I
Be
mean,
a man.
have you met Sue Scanlon's mom? Oh, Scanlon's the worst. Um, anyone else that you want to yell at?
I mean, Felice for existing,
Yeah, fuck Felice.
Tony for
Oh,
having the audacity, um, Andrea for possibly about to cheat on Jordan. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. We didn't see them leave the hotel room.
did not. It's, every time with them, it's like, what's going to happen? And then, like, we find out, like, 6 months later that they were like, never mind.
I swear to God, I'm tired of them. Tired of
Uh-huh.
them.
Yeah. And because if they did it, they both would have been thinking about other people. You can't do that. That's against the rules. And if it's not, let Dr. Epphart know. He'll get it put in there. It won't even be on the agenda. See the attachment for how that it ain't cool. We're gonna pass that to Felicia. Any thoughts?
Boy.
Ridiculous. All right. So, what did this episode make you nostalgic for?
Prom.
I mean, I suppose.
I I'll
Is there
keep
another option?
I'll keep it I'll keep
You flew
it
to San
short.
Francisco.
Okay. Listen, it did well. I was thinking about. I'm not going to go into that, but I thought how going to San Francisco would definitely be a better option than going to prom.
Mm.
Absolutely travel, and San Fran is awesome. But no, I loved prom. I only got to go my senior year, and I went with my dance partner, and I had a good time because I didn't have the pressure of sex afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have.
Because you
I
did it
don't
before.
know.
I didn't. I don't follow.
No.
Uh,
Dance partner only, friend. Um, but yeah, just had a good time. Simple night. Went with friends. I definitely had a way better time than everyone else. Went to after prom, and then went to a friend's sleepover after that. And I mean, we stayed up all night, and it was ridiculous and fun. And
nice,
yeah,
nice.
had a great time.
I mean, mine's prom too. I guess whatever. It's prom. Um, it's it. I had a fun time my senior year. I went with my girlfriend. We had a nice time. Um, no curfew. Yep. We ate Bob Evans the next morning. It was yummy.
Nice. I
Yeah.
mean, look, it's going to be a night to remember no matter what. And,
Mhm.
hopefully it's a night to remember for, positive reasons.
Yeah. Yeah. I got no beef on my senior prom. It was fun. We had a nice time. Um, and Bob Evans is good breakfast. I don't know what to tell you.
Is it?
It is. Yeah. Better than Denny's.
Oh, okay. I could believe
Yeah.
that. I haven't been to Bob Evans since I was a child, and I don't really remember because I was a picky eater and didn't like anything.
Yeah. Bob Evans is a good breakfast. They're not as good as uh the place that I hate so much, Cracker Barrel. Um,
Ugh,
their breakfasts are good. Their food's good. But that general store, it's where dreams go to die.
that color.
Yeah, there's that too.
Why would you
Um,
paint a restaurant brown? Why would you
yeah,
do
that's
that?
because it's eating in a log cabin. It's a barrel for crackers. Bunch of white people.
You dumb cracker.
That's right. I'm not here to sing into a can, you dumb cracker. That's right. It never occurred to me that Cracker Barrel was called Cracker Barrel because it's just a barrel full of white people every day.
Basically.
Just yeah, just pancakes for everybody.
Just sitting on the front porch.
That's right, Whitland and whatnot. Yeah, it's good. All right, who is your Steve Sanders Memorial worst person of the episode?
Listen, it was a close tie, or it was close between David and Felice, but I
Okay.
figured who you would pick, so it's David for me. He made me mad.
Okay. Nice. I'm saving my Felice hatred for next episode, maybe, or many other episodes in the future. Because the worst person is, if for nothing else than his brazen flaunting of Robert's Rules of Orders, Dr. Epphart can suck it. That guy's just out there passing dress codes and being fascist. He's like the
He was on
sheriff
my
of
list
Malibu.
of who sucks.
Yeah, see? He's like the fucking sheriff of Malibu. Fashion. That's a Big Lebowski reference.
Oh,
Yeah, this guy, if he's not just causing trouble with these rules. I mean, and wait till those two juniors find out about having a dress code next week. Oh, did I just tell you why it's a big deal? Oh
because it's
no, did I
all going to be
just
about. Jesus, is it only going to be about a dress code?
Well, look, if you need to get everybody on board to rally behind Donna Martin's cause to graduate, the only way you're getting the junior class on, because they don't give a shit. Who's this Donna Martin lady? Wait, there's a dress code? Oh, all
So
right. We'll pick up the solidarity. They're
now,
not going to cross the pick.
now that's interesting because that makes me think again of something that I didn't mention that I thought this episode was about because it's not a fully fleshed theory, but like
Mm.
when and when not to care about something that may or may not impact you.
Oh, save it for next week, kid.
Right.
Oh, there's a lot of people caring about a lot of shit next week. And you know who isn't one
Yay!
of them? This guy. I'm not going to shock you in my stance next week. Fuck all these kids is basically my position on the whole thing.
Oh
But
shit!
oh yeah, we'll get into it next week. Um,
Ah.
yep. So join us here on Friday, Cheesemeisters, when we are, I'm pretty sure, gonna hang out with Ducky. Is that what we're doing? All right. Isn't she
Yeah.
pretty in pink? We're gonna watch that. And then next week, man, this is one of them ones, folks.
Oh
Season 3,
no.
episode 28. Something in the air. Yep. There is something in the
I
air next week.
I can't tell if it's one of them ones that like people hate
No,
or
this is one of them ones that people are. I mean, it's one of those where it's an iconic moment in the show that I look at and go, "This is fucking ridiculous." So it's both of those things.
oh man, if there's protesting, we could watch Newsies.
Oh well, there you go. We'll have to see if we can find a connection because I don't know if we found the connection or not.
Calm
We got a
down.
little bit to do before. I mean, we still got to watch Pretty in Pink and talk about that. And
Yes.
then it'll be something in the air. Um,
Yeah.
so until then, Cheesemeisters.
Bye.
Bye.